Continue to mourn after an outbreak of shootings on Omaha's north side. Investigations into the shootings and killings are ongoing.
Tonight, John Chapman reports there are people in the community who believe the senseless violence won't stop anytime soon.
Those accused of being involved in recent acts of violence are moving off the streets and into the courts. Jonte Swift made his first court appearance, charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault and use of a weapon to commit a felony. Prosecutors say Swift made threatening calls before shooting 2 people near 27th and Brown. Authorities say the victims' injuries are not life-threatening, but they do seem to be life-changing.
Both victims were transported to the hospital. Victim 1 had multiple gunshot wounds, was intubated, and is waiting additional surgery. Looks like he was shot 8 times and requires now a colostomy bag. Victim number 2 has a broken hip and a broken femur bone from the gunshot wounds.
Later, the courts deal with someone allegedly connected to a fatal shooting near 37th and Grand Avenue. 19-year-old Dontasia Swift was killed in that shooting. Prosecutors charged 28-year-old Markel Devers with first-degree murder. Police say the 28-year-old Devers was not the shooter, but allegedly drove the car to the location of the killing.
As the defendant drove past the address, the defendant's passenger began firing gunshots at the residents and the people near the house.
All of this activity on the streets and in the courtroom has some people in the community very concerned.
How many people got to die on these streets for it to be resolved?
Neva Robinson lost children and grandchildren to street violence. Some died, some went to prison. She tells us her sister lives close to where one of the shootings took place, and Robinson believes it's time to speak out.
And she heard over 10 or 12 shots just laying there in her bed. You know, that could have been her home that got shut up like that. Nobody wants to say anything.
Robinson says the big problem in our community is the deterioration of the family that she believes needs to come together and look to a higher power for help.
No discipline, no order. They just going, sitting, doing nothing, letting the devil use them and not putting anything in it that has anything to do with God.
Robinson says she knows the streets and the people in them, and she understands speaking out could become an issue.
Yes.
You're talking here. Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid. I've been afraid for a long time. I can't see nothing. I'm totally blind. I'm totally disabled. And I want to be able to speak in my son's honor.
But because of what's going on the streets, and because she doesn't believe the police lights will be turned off anytime soon, she says she has to speak out to hopefully help save the next generation.
So I'm not only trying to save my grandkids, I'm trying to save other people's grandkids, because I live in this community. I've been in this community for a long time. So why should we be in fear? We should have faith and know that this gotta get taken care of. This can't keep happening.
On your side in Omaha, I'm John Chapman, 6 News.